Hey everybody, it's me, I'm back. Hope you're all well. And I'm back today with a video by popular demand about the Milton Guitars MT1 project. Loads of you have been asking, especially Shumi Watty 23. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And so this video is in part for you, my friend. But lots of other people have been asking about the updates and what's going on with the Milton Guitars projects. Now, very simply, those of you that have been following the videos will know that I have 3 prototypes, and this is number 2 and this is number 3. And I still haven't been able to find a reliable manufacturer in China. Now, one of the things that I would like to go through is the positives and negatives of the 2 manufacturers of these guitars, because this one was built by a factory that I found myself, and this one was built by the same factory that built the Harley Benton range of guitars. In the main, the build quality of this prototype number 3 is very, very good, but I had to wait ages and ages. In fact, it was 6 months from start to finish on these prototypes, whereas these were here within a matter of 3 to 4 weeks. However, the big problems that come with these guitars are that the quality control standards on either are not completely right. For example, the Harley Benton guitar, or the Harley Benton manufactured guitar, does have the cutaway that I asked for. Number 2 didn't, although it was on the spec sheet. Secondly, the Harley Benton manufactured one came with the push-pull switches that I wanted, whereas number 2 didn't. In fact, quite funnily, in the unboxing of number 2, the knobs fell off of it. However, the fundamental problem is, although this one is slightly better built in terms of build quality and the fact that it didn't need any setup, whereas this one did, is this one is built fundamentally to the wrong scale length, which to me is absolutely unforgivable. This is built based off of a Fender Telecaster, obviously, but the Harley Benton factory manufacturer has built it to a 25.5-inch scale length, which is the Fender scale length. So really they've just tooled up to build a Fender Tele and then made some changes for me. Whereas the thing with manufacturer 2, who I worked with quite closely, on both the prototype 1 and this one, they've got the scale length right, and the scale length to me is vital and it's important. This is a 25-inch scale length rather than 25.5, which means that the string tension on this is somewhat looser, and that means that it's easier in the main for most people to play. It's a very playable guitar, whereas this longer scale length, although I don't mind the Fender scale length, I've got several Fender guitars, is a different sort of playability, and it's a different sort of tone as well. Tonality changes between the 25-inch and the 25.5. It's only half an inch, but it does make a big difference, so I'm told. So anyway, positives, pros and cons on these guitars. Let's start off with the cons. This one, very badly set up when it first arrived. I needed to do a full setup, truss rods and the like, and also the locking tuners are poor on this, but that's about where it stops. This one came set up really, really well, and the locking tuners were a lot better. They've got the body contour right on the back, and they got the push pulls, but completely the wrong scale length. Additionally, the negatives on this, I really am not that keen on the pickups on it. And also the bridge, although it's fairly good, the bridge on the first one is a much better Wilkinson bridge. They're both Wilkinson bridges, but this one outweighs this one by probably a fair bit of weight, and weight is what counts in a bridge. You've got to get a nice stable bridge. And this one isn't quite as good as this. And also the pickups on the Harley Benton built one aren't as good, in my opinion, as on number 2. So overall playability and sound, number 2 kicks this one into touch a little bit, which is a shame because they got so much right on it, but the fundamental of scale length is unforgivable. So I've been in touch with both companies and I've explained what's wrong with their guitars. and what can be improved, and I've shown them pictures of the other ones I've had built, and I'm just in the process of making a decision over whether I go with this factory again and get them to add the contour and the correct electronics, or whether I go with the Harley Benton factory and get them to remake to the 25-inch scale length that I asked for. Now, one of the things I didn't like about the Harley Benton factory was the attitude that came back, because when they were told that they got the scale length wrong, there was no apology, and they said, we can remake it for you, but we'll do it for half price. Now, when we buy something in the UK, and I think this pretty much goes for worldwide, if it's completely wrong, it's replaced. But I didn't like their attitude with this. They really didn't care whether I came back or not. And so I'm seriously considering whether I go with this Harley Benton factory or whether I go back to my original factory, who couldn't help but fall over themselves to help me out. So their attitude was great. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. It's quite clear to me why many manufacturers or many guitar companies, having tried China, maybe then move on to Korea. The simple fact is the quality control still isn't there, and I hope you'll understand, folks, that the reason that this has been such an ongoing and long-winded project is I'm not prepared to put my name to any guitar and sell any guitar under my name until it's absolutely right for you guys, absolutely spot on, and so far I haven't achieved that. That's not to say that I won't, and that's not to say that I won't consider going elsewhere abroad as well, Indonesia, Korea, any of those places, because at the end of the piece what I'm looking for is a really affordable, excellent quality guitar, and in this day and age there is no earthly reason why guitars should cost what some of the big manufacturers are charging you when they can be built very much cheaper and pretty much exactly the same quality. Let me know what you think in the comments down below as usual. I'll be back really soon with another video, but in the meantime, take good care.